Hello and welcome to another bonus video. I normally release a video every Thursday. However, for the second week in a row, I'm throwing down another response video. This is once again a response video to Back in the Day Gamers video called Top 3 Crazy Weird NES Enemies video. I'll have a link to his video in the description where you can go and check out his picks. So let's quickly get into my top 3 crazy weird NES enemies today on SideQuest. My number 3 pick is for a game that I'm currently working on a review for, and that video should be out this Thursday. Also, it's a game that I played a ton of as a kid, so it most likely helped form a love for its weirdness on the NES. And it's from the game Kid Nicky. Kid Nicky is a game where you play as a spiky-haired ninja, and the game is filled with fun, bouncy controls, bright and colorful graphics, and also some weird enemies. But the one enemy that stands out the most weird to me is the first end boss. His name is Death Breath. Not only is his oversized head and the way he moves very weird and strange, the most weird thing about him to note here is that, hence the name Death Breath, he is attacking you with his bad breath. Your character Nicky literally cowers in fear when Death Breath unleashes his foul gas straight from his eating hole. It's a weird attack move from a weird end boss, and I'm not sure if it's ninja approved. Number 2 on my list of top 3 crazy weird NES enemies is from a game I just picked up at the Emo Game Con recently, and is also one that my friends over at Turtle Time TV are often caught playing on their live streams. And it's from the none other than the excellent Smash TV. Smash TV is a game that is part Robotron 2084 and part Running Man movie. You play as a contestant in a game show where in order to win, you have to battle through hordes of enemies to escape with your freedom. Right off the bat, the control scheme is weird, but also very cool. In order to simulate the dual-stick shooter style of the arcade, you play using 2 controllers held up and down. One D-pad controls the player's movement and the other controls the direction of the player's fire. I love this and wish it was used in more games, and I would love to try this using 2 NES Advantage controllers. Anyway, most enemies are pretty standard in the game, but one enemy in particular that is especially weird is the notorious Mutoid Man. Mutoid Man is this crazy big green guy who comes bursting out of a hole in a wall, possibly left there by the Kool-Aid Man. He's moving around on a giant tank wheels, and throughout the battle, as you shoot him, his limbs go flying off the screen. And even at one point, after smothering him with bullet after bullet, his heads will go flying off, but not just one, hundreds of heads flying everywhere. But not to worry, because within the battle, his head will respawn once more before you finally take him down. Totally weird, and I love it, making Mutoid Man my number 2 crazy weird enemy on the NES. And my number 1 pick for top 3 crazy weird NES enemies in response to Back in the Day Gamers video of the same name is potentially one of the best games on the NES, and also a choice that is a bit of a cheat pick because it's so obvious, and I feel the game is so familiar that it's easy to forget how weird the enemies were at the time. And that is the Metroids from Metroid. When I first played Metroid as a kid, it was by far the most atmospheric gaming experience I had ever had. From the music and sound effects to the extremely deep exploration. Exploring these alien planets and all their weirdness left a long-lasting impression on me to appreciate the weird. And the Metroids stand as the shining example of how strange this game was. These slightly neon and jelly-like creatures who were able to steal the game's title in a game that already felt alive with enemies that felt strange, otherworldly, and organic totally stole the show. The way they pulsate and follow you tightly and also latch onto your head, and you have to form into a ball and use a bomb to get them off, is all totally weird and felt so fresh at the time. Because of this weirdness and the way it made me feel the first time I played it, it's why it's my top pick for the 3 crazy weird NES enemies. Yeah, so thanks for checking out my top 3 picks for crazy weird NES enemies in response to Back in the Day Gamers video, who also had some amazing picks. Be sure to go check out his video, and also be sure to leave in the comments your top 3 picks for crazy weird NES enemies, and we can chat about it a bit. And until next time, I'll catch you in my next video.